President Donald Trump's imposition of a 25% tariff on vehicles and parts imported from Mexico and Canada has caused significant turmoil for American automakers, potentially leading to increased prices for millions of vehicles sold in the U.S. Additionally, China's restriction on the export of rare earths minerals to the U.S., essential components for high-tech applications like EV batteries and magnets, further exacerbates these difficulties. Despite Rivian manufacturing all of its vehicles in the U.S., the company sources some parts from Mexico, which are now subject to high tariffs. This has made it difficult for Rivian to shift sourcing to domestic vendors. While raising prices wasn't mentioned, other companies exposed to these tariffs have considered doing so, potentially impacting Rivian's sales as their vehicle prices start at just under $70,000 and go higher. Rivian achieved a modest gross profit in Q4 of 2024, marking a year-over-year improvement as it sold more cars than it cost to produce them. While this did not cover SG&A or R&D expenses, it marked the first step towards positive earnings for the EV maker. The goal for 2025 is to achieve another modest gross profit for the entire year, despite potential factory shutdowns and market fluctuations. If Rivian can reach this goal, it will continue making progress towards becoming a sustainably profitable business. Faraday Future has announced that it opposes reverse stock splits and is committed to maintaining its NASDAQ listing. The company will continue to optimize its capital structure without pursuing a reverse stock split unless required to maintain its listing on the exchange. They plan to use equity and convertible debt offering proceeds for strategic business development with an emphasis on maximizing value and managing dilution. They are investigating potential illegal short selling and may take legal action. The firm also plans to initiate more executive share purchases in the next open trading window, involving a wider leadership team participation. FF has experienced significant growth in trading volume, share price activity, and retail investor attention, followed by both U.S. and Chinese investors. They believe ongoing breakthroughs in FX strategy, bridge models, and business fundamentals indicate that the true value in the capital market is just beginning to be realized. In addition, Faraday Future's CEO will lead a core team in Washington, D.C., driving the FF91 for meetings with key decision makers at the White House. This visit signifies not only business engagement, but also a deeper role as a U.S.-China EV bridge in shaping future policy directions. The company's FX program is progressing well and aims to roll out its first vehicle by the end of the year. Furthermore, Faraday Future will host an Investor Community and Co-Creation Day on April 24th in Los Angeles to unlock execution and growth potential through what's being called deep organizational reform. Faraday Future announced a 5-point action plan to protect shareholder value and address misinformation about the company and potential illegal short selling. These initiatives come after FF's stock price fell below $1 per share due to market rumors, including false claims about executive stock sales and reverse stock splits. The company reaffirmed its efforts to remain compliant without resorting to a reverse stock split and believes these measures will help restore true value for shareholders. In light of tariff-related tensions, there's active engagement with the U.S. government, involving actions like submitting proposals on automotive policies and expressing expectations for the development of FF and FX brands in the U.S. market. The CEO and his team have traveled to Washington, D.C., driving the FF91, and will meet key decision-makers at the White House, reflecting their role as a U.S.-China EV bridge in shaping future policy directions. The FX program is moving forward, aiming for the first vehicle rollout by year-end. On-road testing will begin next week in real-world conditions, including autonomous driving system validation. The Super One, FX's first production model, is anticipated to debut in late June with pre-orders soon after. Inquiries from U.S. consumers, fleet operators, and car rental partners have been strong, exceeding expectations. Substantial orders and cooperation are expected to be announced shortly. FF has a plan to enhance transparency and communication with its stockholders to address any misunderstandings and showcase their progress. They will be hosting an Investor Community and Co-Creation Day event on April 24th in Los Angeles, where investors, vehicle owners, officers, and community members can engage in direct dialogue and experience the company's vision and strategy firsthand. Furthermore, FF is set to launch an extensive organizational restructuring in the coming weeks to eliminate inefficiencies and maximize its operational potential. Bollinger Motors, a subsidiary of Mullen Automotive, has delivered the first order of Class 4 electric trucks to EnviroCharge for conversion into mobile charging units. The B4 truck is set to be upfitted as part of EnviroCharge's mission to expand EV charging infrastructure, and will be revealed at ACT Expo on April 28, 2025. EnviroCharge, a veteran-owned charge point operating company, will be upfitting Bollinger B4 trucks with custom EV Level 3 charging units, providing 120 kilowatts of power. The first truck with the new upgrade is set to debut at the Advanced Clean Trucking Expo on April 28th. EnviroCharge plans to deploy more trucks in California to provide mobile charging solutions for electric vehicles, meeting the growing demand for EV infrastructure. Bollinger Motors has qualified for various federal and state incentive programs, including up to $40,000 per vehicle through the Inflation Reduction Act, $120,000 per vehicle in California's ISEF pilot program, $30,000 per vehicle from Massachusetts MOREV program, $100,000 from New York's NYTVIP via NYSERDA, and a $20,000 grant from Pennsylvania's AFIG program. Mullen also recently announced a sale of its all-electric Mullen 1 Class 1 cargo van to Global Expert Shipping, an international freight forwarding company based in California. The order will be fulfilled by EV dealer partner Pritchard Automotive and represents the first of several orders from Global Expert as it looks to reduce its carbon footprint while meeting operational needs. Mullen's commercial EV lineup includes the Mullen 1 cargo van and the Mullen 3 cab chassis truck. Turning over to batteries, Mullen and npower GreenTech have entered a partnership and supply agreement to produce EGI's Swift series of semi-solid-state batteries for various applications including commercial vehicles, drones, robotics, aerospace, marine two-wheelers, power tools, and medical use. Mullen has been working with EGI for the past 18 months on this initiative. Production of the EGI Swift batteries is expected to start in early 2026, with Mullen integrating them into its existing semi-solid-state battery program in Fullerton, California, which has 3 production lines for lithium iron phosphate battery modules, which will be ramped up for full production by early 2026. Additionally, EGI plans to start domestic manufacturing of its Swift Series SSB cells, advanced silicon anode-based semi-solid-state batteries, in late Q3 2025 at its Ann Arbor, Michigan facility. The cells offer twice the energy density, ultra-fast charging capability, extended cycle life, and a cost-efficient manufacturing roadmap. This partnership aims to deliver significant value to customers and expand EGI's manufacturing capacity throughout 2026. As for the topic of tariffs, Mullen stated its current Mullen and Bollinger commercial vehicle inventory is 100% assembled in the USA, making them exempt from recently announced vehicle and component tariffs. Mullen says it sources 67% of vehicle components from U.S. suppliers, while Bollinger sources 71%. This U.S.-sourced component strategy provides a competitive edge under new tariff rules. For more on Mullen, Rivian, Faraday, Future, and other companies, follow Ascencore. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.